Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course we hope you already have an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this DIY channel together with Dyanne. On this channel you will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs, so enough to see. We hope you enjoy it, and of course if you're not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. It would help our channel a lot to grow. So enough talking, let's jump into today's DIY inspiration. And you see already for this DIY we need of course our tumbling tower blocks, some paint at your choice. Of course I have here my bucket with some scissors, brushes, a cutting tool and some wire and some markers. I have here of course my Mod Podge. I have here my wood glue, and if you use your glue gun or other glue, this is of course also you can use. What we're going to make two packages, and we are going to make Santa's milk and we're going to make Santa's cookies. So we will see how this will turn out. So the first thing what we're going to do, we're going to make package number 1, and that will be 4 blocks in a line like this. Of course I have to remove my tip of my wood glue, and we're going to do on the top a little glue, and we're going to place them together this way. It's very easy. And of course this one is the closure up. I would already do some glue on it and squeeze it and make a nice straight line like this. This is already number 1. And we need, of course, hold on, we need 16 of pieces of 4. So we are going to do, I only do one knot together with you, and the rest will be a little bit faster, or else you think there's not coming an end to all these blocks. So don't worry, I'm only going to do this one together with you. So squeeze it, press it down, and you see already, sometimes the wood is taking in all the glue in at once. So just squeeze it again and make sure that you have a nice straight line like this. And this is already number 2. I could do the rest a little bit faster. And you see here, I have here my 16 pieces of 4. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue them together, but not of course all 16 together. I'm going to do 4 by 4. So very easy. I'm going to place this a little bit aside, so this way, and I'm going to place this one down, this one, and this one, and this one, and then I'm going to glue them together. So very easy, just do a line of glue, and of course you don't hold them on one placemat because it's a little bit too much. So we are going to place this one together, squeeze it, and we're going to do this one on the side, and again, already glue this, and we're going to do the last one, and then we already have one side of our package over here, and this is number 4. And so we're going to do the rest. Of course also make sure that you have a straight line as you can have, and press everything down because you want to have a flat surface. So we're going to lay one down again. We're going to do some glue on this one and a line, and we're going to place it down, squeeze it together. We're going to do another line, and then we're going to do the other 2 on another placemat, because or else it is a little bit crowded over here. So we don't get too much space. And the last one, of course, we are going to this one, and the last one of course I'm going to do a little bit faster, and then you have 4 sides, and we're going to let them dry in and make sure that everything squeezes together this way. And here you see our 4 sides we just made. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on one side, So, and I'm going to build it up. It's a little bit hard to build it up, so we are going to do our best because we have to get it standing up. Of course, we also need some glue on the other side. So I have to look for this. This side has to come against this side. So this is a little bit of a task to do. So take your time for it and make sure that you glue everything together, and just like I always say, take your time for it, because that's always the key word, time. Time. Sometimes we want too fast and too hard. Of course, this, I don't know what it is, but this package of blocks is really horrible. He is so out of line. There is no block which is a straight block, because every one block is coming out. And you see already, if you look at on this, I don't know if you can see it. I will take you a little bit closer. You see it like this. And you see already this one is already sticking out. I have to work with it when everything is glued together, but this really is awful. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm going to do some glue on this side, and I'm going to place it not next to each other, but against the other one. And I show you that when everything is glued together, I show you exactly what I mean. And this will be over here. And don't be terrified if everything falls down again, because it probably will, because this is really awful to glue. I take my time for it, and then I show you exactly how I did it. You see already this was struggling to get everything together if I did it standing up, so I'm going to do it in parts. If you have the same problem like I have, you also lay one down, lay one of the side against it, and the other one will be on top of it. So this is one is on top. You see already he's a little bit higher, and this one is next to it. So, and I'm going to wait until this one is dried up, and then we're going to place it straight up, and then we're going to can do this one. But or else I'm not going to get it in each other, because the blocks are really so out of line. And I have packages there are really this way, and they are really fine. But I don't know what happened with the someone who make this kind of blocks, because it really is, it was not his day. I hope that it was just a computer who made them, but oh, they are really out of line. But I think you have the same problem. At least I hear from a lot of you who had the same problem. So I'm going to give this a couple of minutes, and then we're going to do the last part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do some glue on this side. On this, he has to hang on this one, and I'm going to do it on this side, but of course I'm going to make sure that I have it a little bit straight up. At least I hope everything stays straight up. And then I'm going to glue this side, and it is a little bit of a job to do it, of course, but someone has to do someone has to do it. I don't know what I'm doing, and that's also part of DIYing that I love to show you. Nothing works always the first time, so don't worry if it doesn't work. And of course, what I've also could have done is just glue some, some glue on this side. If I did it just on this side, it was also fine. I'm doing a little bit extra to be sure that it glues together, so this way. And I am teaching you how to do it. It's one big disaster. So again, we're going to place it together this way, and we're going to squeeze it, and we keep it in place for a couple of minutes. So I have him in each other, but it was really a task. There was almost a time I would really throw it in the garbage, because I was really totally had it with it. So the next one I'm going to do a little bit different, like I normally always do, but I thought maybe this is a good idea, but this is also not a good idea, at least not for me. For everyone who uses the smaller blocks, I would go for the package for the bigger one. I would go for 6 wide, and I would go also for, you can go for 5 high, but I would go for 6 high to make it a little bit longer. And of course also 4 sides, and then glue together. I hope you have more luck than I have. So 6 wide and 6 long, and that's 4 times, and then you also have your own package. So it's very easy to make. So, and for the medium one, because this was the large one, I did the medium one, and also you can go for a smaller one, but I only do 2 sizes. We're going to get 4 blocks, and I'm going to do it a little bit different. So I'm going to glue the sides, very easy, and I made parts of my package. I hope this will suits me better than the other version. So this is already a number 1. Of course, take your wet towel always, and again 4 blocks this way, and I'm going to glue them together, and I do this 4 times so we get one nice square. And of course I will do the other ones later faster, so don't worry, don't walk away because it's one big chaos. But with me it's always one big chaos, because like I always say, oh, this one is really, you see already, this one is against smaller and this one is just as high. So I'm going to lay this one apart. I'm always just like you, just trying to do if everything will work or not, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And then your glue is rolling on your table. So you see already, I'm just someone who's just trying. And this is number 4. Maybe this is just such a day. Maybe this whole DIY will be this way. Would you be disappointed if the DIY is totally such a chaos? And again, 4 pieces, and the 4th always the one is to close you up. So I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So I place them, all of them straight up. Of course, this one I need to do. What I'm going to do very carefully, because they are not totally glued together. I'm going to give this one coat, and I'm going to place this one against it this way. And again, make sure that you keep them in a straight line and let them dry in for a couple of minutes. And we're going to do some glue on this side. Very easy. We are not going to do it on the side, but we're going to do it against this one. So also very easy. And we're going to do the last one. We are going to do some glue on this side and on the top side. And we just make a very simple square. And again, place them in between over here. And now we have a nice square, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So you see, we already have our first square is finished, and I show it to you a little bit closer. So I'm going to try to do it this way, and I'm going to make 3 of this one, and then we're going to stack them together. So I hope this works better than what I just did with the large one. So I'm going to do the other 2 squares, and then we're going to glue them together. And you see already I have my 8 pieces of 4 for my 2 squares I still need to make. And you see already I also have my 4 pieces with some mark on it. On each package of the blocks you probably have the same. One is having a mark, and I will always make sure if you use them that they can stay inside of your DIY, because now in this package I can easily make it on the inside instead of the outside. So what we're going to do, we're going to get our 4 pieces again, and I'm going to make my 2 other squares, but don't worry, I will do it a little faster. And we have now our 3 squares. What we're going to do, we're going to do some easy glue lining around it like this, and we're going to go on the inside. At least we try to do it on the inside. Of course, we are going to carefully place this up, and we're going to do this on top of each other, and we hope that everything is fitting together. And a little bit this way on here, and now this is fitting together just feel with your fingers for a straight nice line. And we're going to do again on this side also a little line of glue, and try to do it as close to the inside. Then if the glue is coming out, most of it is coming out on the inside and not on the outside. Of course, I'm going to place this one on here, and I hope I have also on each side a nice straight line, at least as much as I can. And this is building up a little bit better than the version I did before. But of course, I was doing the other version in the hope that if I had one side totally done, that it would fit better, but it doesn't. It doesn't matter if you do it the other way or you do it this way. If you have the blocks not straight, you can do whatever you want, but it will never fit totally right. So I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to let this dry in. In the meantime, while our two packages are drying, of course, for the smaller blocks, and you use for the smaller size of your package, of course, you have to stay with the 6 wide, of course, but don't do them 6 high with the bigger one. You do them 5 high or 4 high. You can choose for yourself. That's just a preference you like. And if you want to even have it smaller, then you can go through the 3 high. And then you get a really small package. But I would go for, from the, not 6 high, but I would go for 5 high. So 6 wide and 5 high. Then you have them a little smaller. But if you like even a little lower, then go for the 4. But again, 4 sides again. And then glue them together the same like you did with the large one. Placed our little containers or packages on the side. What we're going to do, we're going to make 5 blocks and 5 blocks, because we're going to give them a bottom. So we do 5 blocks this way, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 is the closure up. And this way, squeeze it and press together. We do the second one of 5, very easy. And we are going to, you can leave it a little bit wider if you don't have a jigsaw, but I'm going to, if everything is glued together, I'm going to make it a little bit more smaller so this doesn't stick out, but you see that in a moment. So I'm going to do this 2, and I'm going to get another 5 for the other package, because this is the same wide. So I'm going to go again for 5, but I will do this 2 a little bit faster. So we have our 4 pieces. We are going to do some glue on this side, and we're going to place them together until one big little bottom. And again, we're going to do some glue on this one also, and we're going to place this 2 also together, and we're going to give this also a couple of minutes to dry. And then of course I will place my packets on top of here, and then you will see a little bit what I mean, that I think it needs to cut off a little piece. And you see already my pieces of my bottom are drying. And of course, if you use the smaller blocks, I would go for 8 blocks in a row, and then 3 times, and then glue them together. So 3 times 8, glue them together, and then you have already one bottom, and you can later sew it off the way I do it, but you also can leave it in the size you have it. So, but of course I would go for this size. And you see we have our 2 bottoms, we have our package, and both of them are of course the same size in opening. So what I'm going to do, you see already I'm having here a little piece over here and here, and I want here the same. So you see he's a little bit wider over here. So I'm going to get my pencil and of course my ruler, and I'm going to lay it down and make sure that I have a little bit overlay also on this side. I'm just going to mark a little piece like this. I'm going to take my box off, and I'm going to lay my ruler on top, and I'm going to make sure that I have a straight line over here and this way. But you don't have to do it. If you like, of course, a little bigger is also fine too, but I like the on each side the same overlay. So at least I call it overlay. I think you already know what I mean. That it means the box is a little bit smaller. This is a little bit bigger. So I'm going to get my jigsaw and I'm going to saw it off. You see the two pieces I did with my saw, and of course I'm going to get my, of course, a container, I would already say. At least I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just doing some glue in the, try to do it in the middle line, and again over here and on this side the same. Of course I'm doing it really in a difficult angle if I'm looking, and I'm going to place it in the middle, and I'm going to look for if I really have it in the middle, or else you still can move it a little bit, and this way. And this is already number 1. We are going to go for number 2. We're going to do some glue also on here, on the inside, over here. And then someone asked me what kind of glue I used, and of course this is just a very simple wood glue you can buy everywhere, at least if it is wood glue. And some people want to have hot wood glue. You can do anything you want to use, because there is no rhyme or reason why you should use this one or this one, because it also has to do with your climate. If it is very hot with you or very cold, you have different kind of wood. But for me, I'm always using wood glue, but for me it works the best. But of course that's for everyone different. But if you have just a constant temperature here in the Netherlands, we most of the time it's getting warmer the summers, but not so warm that a lot of you have. But of course we also get hotter weather than normally, and then you can really notice that wood glue is sometimes drying a little bit better, and if it's more rain, it's drying a little bit worse. So just use what is best for your project. I have to say the word. I was going in my DIY. I have to say, use the best glue you have in your home. And this way. So for the top we are going to get 10 blocks. And this will be a free expression. I really have no idea. You can change it up any way you like. I'm going to place them on the side. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is number 10. What I'm going to do very easy. Just stick them together and place them on top of each other, and this way. And I have no idea how this will turn out, because I want to make it look like a milk package, but I don't know if this will work or not, or maybe this will be one disaster. But of course this is an experiment, and I made milk packages before, but they were totally different, and I made them from smaller blocks, and they were a little bit easier to handle than the bigger blocks, because the bigger blocks always are hard to measure out. And again, place them down, and again squeeze it like this, and try to get a nice straight line, and this way. And now we're going to make another package of 10, and we already 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So again, maybe I also can do them on the side. I will see if this will work also. And do number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and then number 10 will be the closure up. And again, squeeze them. This is also working, so you can also do it on the side. I did a little bit difficult to place them on top of each other, but this works just as nice. And I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So you see already I made also for the other packets the top. So what I'm going to do some glue, because we want to have it really nicely glued together. And again, glue it together, and this two also over here, and we're going to place them this way. Just squeeze it and this way. And these are both of our pieces we will use for the top. And I'm going to, later we're going to sew out this piece and this piece, so he's totally fitting on the top of the package. And I hope the part which is coming off is fitting over here, so I can get a little bit kind of a top of a package, but we will see if this will work or not. So in the meantime, while these two are drying, I'm going to get 2 blocks and another 2. I'm going to do some glue in the middle, place it up on top of each other, and this also, place it on top of each other, do it on the side, squeeze it, and again, this also, squeeze it together. And what we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on this side, and we're going to place them very easily together this way. And I'm going to make another one also for the other side, but then this can dry in already, because if you're going to sew your pieces and it's not totally dry, then everything falls apart. So I'm going to make for the other side also one. For everyone who makes it with the smaller blocks, of course, the top I made with the bigger blocks. You need 11 blocks this way, and you need 3 rows of 11. Just glue them like I did with the bigger blocks. Glue them together and 3 high. And you need, of course, do it for 2 times, because you have 2 packages. So and if you want to have the top thicker, then you have to double it up, of course, a layer on top. But then it would be 6 rows of 3, but of 11. So 11 blocks, glue together 3 times, and then you already have the first top. And then you can also sew one piece off and place it in the middle again on top of this one again. So it's very easy, but you see that when I do it with the bigger blocks. So if you have a question, of course, always leave a comment down below. I would love to help you. So I let the top dry in for a couple of minutes. It's more like a half hour, because I did drink some coffee. So it was a little bit longer. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to place it on top of here this way. And I'm going to get my pencil. And I'm going to make a very easy light line over here. Make sure that you have it on the right spot, because I was missing a little spot. So again, this way, and I'm going to go over with my marker to mark it off which part can go off. And you see already it's quite a piece which it will come off this way, and this piece use it, and we're going to glue it on top of here. And here you see the piece I did cut off. He is over here. This is just easy. It was easier than I thought it would be, because it did go very well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this on top of here. But first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for which side fits the best. And I think this is fitting the best, so I'm going to go for this way. Then I'm going to glue this one on top first. I have to look for which one I like the best, or which shape I like the best. Of course, maybe if I can turn it around, maybe this also looks a little bit nicer to see. Yes, I think that looks nicer. So I'm going to go again for doing some glue over here. And I'm going to place it on top exactly in the middle, this way. And now I'm going to get the other piece I did cut off, and I'm going to place this one also in the middle of this one. So very easy, just do some glue in the middle. And we're going to place this one also over here. Squeeze a little, or press a little this way. And we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. Of course, I'm going to do for this one the same again. Some glue, place it in the middle. And you see already, this is not the way I have the other one, because the other one I have, I think this way. No, this way. I'm sorry. I'm totally confused. I have to have it over here. I was totally almost glued it on the wrong side. I'm going to do this one. And again, some glue in the middle. And I'm going to place it, of course, also in the middle. Press. And then we're going to let this dry in also. So we did give it a couple of minutes, and now we're going to do some glue on the inside. Of course, if you want to use it as a kind of a jar, then you don't have to use the glue. Then you just can lay it on top and do a couple of blocks on the bottom so it doesn't fall off. I mean a couple of the blocks over here, then your lid cannot fall off, but I don't going to use it. So I'm going to place it on top of here and this way, and I'm going to squeeze it and press it and try to get it as nice fitting as we can before we're going to paint it. I'm going to do the other one also. So they are dried in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give them a paint, and I'm going to paint them in the white color, the chalk paint. But of course, choose any color you like which is fitting for your decor. So I give mine just a little layer of the white chalk paint. It is not a very thick chalk paint, so it will be just a little, yeah, here in the Netherlands we call it a vase. Just only a little bit of white, and the rest will be again some wood coming through. So I always love a little bit of the white, not too much. So I'm going to brush it out also as much as I can. It's not really distressing, but just wiping everything out a little bit more than you normally would do. So like this. So I'm going to do the whole both of the packages, and here you see both of our packages over here with the white color. Of course, you see still some wood coming through, and I like that, but I understand totally if you want to paint it totally in the white color, so go ahead. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go now to my computer and I'm going to make a print for the front and for the back side. Of course, you can do all sides, but I like only the front and the back side. So I will make my own print because I always love that it has a little bit of a unique touch on it. And I will see at the end how our package will turn out. I hope it looks like a milk package. I really have no idea. But we will see. And here you see the print. I did print out. I did Santa's milk and of course Santa's cookies. And if it doesn't look like a real milk package, you also can use it like a centerpiece, which you can place in your home. If you have children, you can place it somewhere on a table with a little saucer with it, with some cookies and some milk with it. And it's just a nice display, a focal point where your children can go to place their cookies and to place their milk. So it's either way it will look very nice in your home. So I will cut both of the pictures out, of course, but I will do that a little bit faster because you don't are waiting for that I am going to cut a whole piece of my picture. So if you want to see this kind of prints, you can find them in our free printables. It's always in our description box from this channel, of course, all about Christmas, but also of Decoeasy, and also you can find it in all about Christmas. That's my other channel with lots and lots of seasonal decor also. So go ahead, check it out. Today you find the link. So I did cut them out, and I'm going to start with Santa's milk. Of course, I'm going to use this kind of Mod Podge, but you can use maybe also some school glue, or maybe you have something else which you are thinking is better to work with. So I'm just going to get my piece and I'm going to do some Mod Podge on the front, and the picture is almost taking the whole front. So I'm going to go over here until here, not over it, like this, over here, and I'm going to do the whole piece. But of course, if I have smaller pictures, normally then I don't do the back side, then I only do the picture. But for now, I'm going to just do the whole piece this way. And again, I'm just doing a little bit extra because I want to be sure that it stays very nice in place. And then I'm going to try not to get Mod Podge on top of my picture because I don't like it. I like my picture. A lot of you already know me for a long time, know that I always like the matte finish. So I'm going to go and I'm going to place it over here and this way, and then I'm going to go over it, wipe away, and again. And this was already the front, but I will do the rest without the camera because I think you already know how to Mod Podge your print on top of here. And here you see already how he is finished. Of course, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my rope and I'm going to get my layers of 3. I just take a big piece and I think this one, and I'm going to 3 rows. So again, double it up and then you have 3 like this, 3 lines of your twine or rope, just how you call it. And I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut open the underside. So now I have 3 strands of my rope. I'm going to find the middle, exactly the middle. Over here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to place them next to each other this way. I'm going to do my glue, at least my hot glue this time. And I'm going to do the package on the back side and this way. And I'm going to do a little bit of glue in the middle, but on the top over here. And of course, it doesn't matter if you have smaller blocks or bigger blocks. That doesn't matter, but just make a little line over here. And we're just going to lay in our piece of twine this way. And I'm going to wipe away the glue we don't need, because that's not really always a nice side to see. So I'm going to do it over here. I keep them next to each other this way. I'm going to do a little glue on the ending over here, and I'm just going to lay my 3 strands in over here, and I'm going to keep it over here. I'm doing on this one the same. Again, make sure that they keep next to each other. I do a little glue over here, and again, lay your twine inside. Wait until it is dried up. And what we're going to do, and of course you see already I was a little bit too quick, and I'm going to get away the glue we don't need. We are going to go for one side, and again we go, make sure that the strings are really neat next to each other this way. And we're going to go some glue also on this side, a little drop. And again, make sure that we have it over here. Keep it in place until it is dried up this way. And now we're going to do, of course, on the other side the same. We're going to turn it over. We're going to do this side. Of course, we make sure that the strings are next to each other because they are going to inside each other. So I'm going to do a little glue over here. And I'm going to get my strings and I'm going to bend them over until here, and again until they are dried up, and this way. And now I'm going to place it on the back side, and I'm going to make a nice bow over here. Of course, we're going to do it on the side, very easy. And if you want to do it, you still can do some glue, but I'm going to keep it in place and make sure that we have a nice bow, if at least when I get all my 3 strings to it. So this way, and we're going to make sure that we get a little bit of the glue, and we're going to glue it in place. Of course, we also going to glue this in place, just a little line over here, and make sure that we have it next to each other, and this way. And we're going to make sure that we get a nice bow. Of course, you have to work with it, and this way. And now I'm going to cut off the pieces I don't need, and this way. And I'm going to work with it a little bit, and then you see in a moment of all of them the end reveal. And you see a quick impression of our Tumbling Tower Blocks packages. And of course, I was going for Santa's milk package and Santa's cookies. Of course, I hope you give your own twist on it. And right now I have a golden knob on top, but he is just loose. You can take it off. So I'm still debating what I like better if I use it in my display in my kitchen. Of course, I hope you took out your Tumbling Tower Blocks too and did this DIY together with me. And you have right now your own cute little Santa's packages. Of course, if you only love to watch, I hope you had fun watching. And if you want to see more DIYs, come on over to our description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Hope to see you there. And of course, if you're not subscribed to our channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. It would help our channel a lot to grow and it doesn't cost you anything. So enough talking. I wish you all an amazing rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye.